live from Augusta. You're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The search for answers continues tonight as our I-team digs deeper into the death of a Burke County man tased by deputies. But first, an ex-boyfriend will stay behind bars after being charged with kidnapping Jamila Smith. 3 hours ago, a judge denied bond for Daniel Harmon. While Harmon was in court, investigators went back to her home on Old Jackson Highway to gather more evidence. It's the last place she was seen. But the search is not over to find her. Hallie Turner joins us live in the newsroom. So what else did you learn in court today, Hallie?
Emotions running high, fighting back tears as 30-year-old Jamila Smith's family addressed their daughter's accused kidnapper.
I would want the court to deny bond.
Harmon, dressed in red, both hands and feet in shackles, couldn't sit still as Smith's father spoke.
It's hard every day. I see you, but I do not see my daughter.
The last time anyone heard from the mother of two was December 2nd. Reports say she was on the phone with 911 telling them she was running away from Harmon right here off Old Jackson Highway. Her family desperately wanting her back.
I get the call. You don't know how hard it hurts me.
Reports show the couple has a history of domestic violence. Daniel's left arm still wrapped in court from an incident in November. Reports say during an argument he didn't want Jamila to leave, so he grabbed a knife and cut his left wrist. Deputies say a child witnessed the entire thing. The very next day, on November 10th, another fight broke out. Reports say Jamila had cuts and bruises on her neck where she had been choked, and Daniel had dried blood under his fingernails. Neighbors say the couple was known to have big arguments, but they both loved their children. The family says the only thing they want is her back.
I'm telling you, I need to see my baby. That's all I'm asking for.
Now, Harmon cannot have any contact with the victim's family. The next time he will appear before the court is in February.
Just a sad story all the way around. Hallie, thanks for bringing us those updates from court. Taking a look outside as we toss things over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale.
And it was a little bit of a cool day, freezing, but not quite as cold as what we've seen most days this week. I'll look at some warmer temps this weekend, also those rain chances in just about 10 minutes.
New tonight, our I-team is digging deeper into the death of a Burke County man tased by deputies. Freddie Walker was having a mental episode when deputies were called for backup to the home outside of Louisville. According to investigators, that's when deputies met with Walker, who was being combative. Our I-team's Will Rio is digging deeper into the body cam and what exactly happened that night.
Well, I spoke with the family of Freddie Walker earlier this week. They say they're upset with the way things were handled when two Burke County deputies showed up to their home that night. Now they've hired prominent attorney Ben Crump as their search for answers continues tonight.
911 was located for emergency.
On July 27th, Burke County Dispatch gets a call from Reuben Walker saying his brother, Freddie Walker, needs help in a mental evaluation.
Nerve problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Burke County EMA is sent to a home on Bailey Road in Louisville, Georgia.
We're responding code 51041 Bailey Road for a 57-year-old male, altered mental.
The family says Freddie is schizophrenic and heard voices and that he's not taking his medicine. EMA arrives just past 1 a.m. They say Walker is combative towards them and radio back for help from the sheriff's office.
Patients being cooperative. You get Burke County assignment this way.
Deputy Zakiah Luke is sent.
He redirects to 1041 Bailey Road, 1041 Bailey Road to assist EMA for a patient with altered mental, patient being uncooperative. EMA is already on scene.
EMA tells dispatch they're backing off.
Dispatch, be advised, patient is being combative and aggressive towards us. We will be backing off the scene at this time.
A second deputy, Tyler May, is sent. A second EMA crew shows up to help out. When she arrives on scene, Deputy Luke is told to stay back by an EMT.
Mid-50s to 60s-year-old male, schizophrenic, been off his meds. Got him calmed down.
The sight of a deputy EMA felt might disrupt the progress they were making. Body cam shows us Deputy Luke is already preparing to possibly use her taser.
It's possibly going to result in a taser. If he possibly going, he being aggressive. He chasing his friend, but EMA want me to stand down.
Walker eventually stops cooperating, and deputies approach to help EMTs get Freddie in the car.
Nah, we gonna stay in the car, Mr. Cole.
But Freddie Walker doesn't stay in the car and appears to throw a punch at Deputy May. Both deputies deploy their tasers.
Taser deployed, taser deployed. Roll over now. Do it now.
Luke approaches, continuing to tell him to roll over.
Mr. Fred, I need you to roll over, all right? Stay on. Roll over for me.
Investigators say Walker kicks Deputy Luke,
All right, so roll over.
They didn't hear.
If you kick me, we gonna have a hit.
and Deputy May tases him again for 4 seconds.
Roll over, Mr. Freddy. Do it now.
He ain't gonna do it.
Walker stands up as deputies and other bystanders repeatedly tell him to get back down.
Mr. Freddy, sit down.
He looks at deputies before turning and leaning against the car.
You gonna get it again?
Mr. Freddy, sit down. Sit down, Mr. Freddy.
And then suddenly collapsing.
Oh, shh. Does Mr. Freddy have any other issues other than
Hypertension was the only other one that his sister was able to give us.
stand down?
EMA moves towards him, but he suddenly gets up again as deputies and members of his family tell him to stay down. Immediately after standing up, Deputy May tases Walker again.
Sir, back up.
Back up. Mr. Freddy, sit
Get
down.
on the ground, Mr. Freddy.
Stay down, all right? Stay. Not when you get. That's what, 3?
That's 3. First 2 were 5. That was a 3-second.
I need 1. You let them ride the whole 5. You don't stop.
10-4.
I need 1 on.
Deputy Luke asks EMA to help roll Walker onto his stomach, but as Walker is being rolled over, Deputy May tases him a 4th time, causing both deputies Luke and May to question what's happening.
What are you doing?
That was his hand, wasn't it? He just tried to hit me.
They rolled him.
Investigators say they never heard Walker say anything on the scene. After deputies handcuffed him, the emergency medical assistants sit him up and check his vital signs.
Trying to fight him.
But he gonna be all
He
right.
almost, yes. We evaluate him now to check his blood pressure and everything like that. But as far as hospital, that's fine. Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
But he's not. Minutes later, Walker is unresponsive.
All right, first CPR. We need to get out of these cuffs.
Oh, Tom.
An ambulance takes Walker to Burke Health Hospital, where he dies. In the case file, Deputy May was the one who was tasing Walker there. According to the report, Deputy May declined to give a statement to investigators under his attorney's guidance. The I-Team reviewed training records of the 2 deputies going back to 2021. Deputy Luke has 1 hour of use of force training and 3 hours of de-escalation training over the past 3 years. For Deputy May, we found no training for use of force since 2021 and only 3 hours of de-escalation training over the past 3 years. Both deputies did have their taser certifications. Columbia County's use of force team says that both deputies were justified in their use of force. Walker's family doesn't agree and, again, has just hired prominent attorney Ben Crump.
Okay, no, we have not heard the rest of that. Pretty tough video to watch, Will. Thanks. One Thompson mother is pressing forward after losing her son in a tragic shooting. We have more on the memorial for Jonathan Johnson after the break.
And we are expecting cold temps again tonight, but a warming trend heading into the weekend. Also, those rain chances back by Sunday. We'll have that full forecast next.
Yeah, you mean you meet together with rooms to go. Together, that's what it said.
'Tis the season to put a smile on a child's face.
It's the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Drive, and News 12 is proud to be an official drop-off location.
Drop off a new unwrapped toy at our studios during normal business hours.
Make a child's holiday brighter with News 12 and Toys for Tots.
We're starting a move.
It's really just Sunday we're looking at for those decent rain chances across the area. Also going to be pretty gusty on Sunday. We could see some wind gusts close to 30 miles an hour with that front. All that clears out, though, by early next week.
Another young life taken away too soon in Thompson. It's been weeks since Jonathan Johnson died after being shot on Anderson Avenue. He was only 14 years old. Since then, 5 other teenagers have been arrested. Tonight, family and friends gathered at Thompson Middle School to remember him. Our Cindy Hood is there for us.
A lot of red and black was out here earlier today for Jonathan Johnson. Those were his 2 favorite colors, and not for the Georgia Bulldogs, but for the Chicago Bulls. That was his favorite sports team, but I gotta say red was his absolute favorite color. You can see it's on the Spirit Rock right now. I'm gonna kind of point out to what his family and friends drew for him. They said, "We love you, John Johnson." John was one of his many nicknames. The other one people knew him by was Tank, and that's just another way that family and friends are gathering to remember him because they want his name to live on and they want folks to know his name.
To hear this heartbeat means the world to Jonathan Johnson's mom. It's all she has left from her only child. She didn't want to go on camera, but she wants you to know who her son was.
Every time you seen him, he was smiling. He was happy, caring, loving, and I would say out of all the cousins, he was everybody's favorite.
You can look at his smile and can't help but to smile yourself.
People were easily to attach to him. He was very likable. Like, he just was caring.
To be only 14 years old, Jonathan, or Tank as he was called, was years beyond his time. His family says he was the smart one and was always teaching them something they didn't know.
He would be intrigued. He would be curious, so he didn't mind asking questions. He didn't mind providing feedback or his understanding of what he has learned.
Perhaps his greatest gift was his ability to make everyone around him laugh.
It was a joke that they all used to do where they would say something funny and be like, "What's A plus B?" And they'd be like, remember that?
But the one thing that hurts the most is never hearing Jonathan's voice again. But his heartbeat continues to be heard.
He was with me when he said the prayer of salvation. And just his smile is what sticks with me. Because I don't care what he was going through, he was always smiling.
And every single picture that I've seen of Jonathan today, from his mom showing me some pictures to his aunts and uncles showing me pictures, he was always smiling. Even in his baby's pictures, he was smiling. Jonathan's mom told me that he was an organ donor and actually ended up saving 3 other lives, even though he was gone. And that teddy bear that you saw earlier is so special to her. Of course, this was her only child, and she said he was loved by so many, and judging from the turnout out here tonight, that rings true. Everyone loved their very special Tank.
A tough holiday season ahead for that family, and they'll certainly be in our prayers. The Greenbrier girls flag football team is in the Elite Eight and could punch their ticket to the Benz. Sports Director Dan Booth joins us live after the break with the latest on the game.
Powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
We are excited to announce that the Medicare Specialist is now 64 Insurance Group. And while we've expanded our portfolio to include other health insurance products, we are still your go-to for all things Medicare. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. Are-you64.com.
Hey guys, Amex, your holiday gift headquarters.
Hey Jill, what's the matter?
Man, this name change is stressing me out.
Everyone will know we still specialize in Medicare.
Yeah, I know that, but what about this?
Are-you64.com.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Good evening, everyone. I'm reporting live from McDonough High School, just south of Atlanta, where the Greenbrier girls flag football team is competing in the state Elite Eight. They're currently playing against McDonough, and they are late in the fourth quarter right now. The score is 19-7 in favor of Greenbrier. If they win this game, they move on to the state Final Four. And I'll have more on that in just a minute. But let's transition over to golf for a second, because there is some major news that is creating a lot of hysteria on social media. Reigning Masters champion Jon Rahm is leaving the PGA Tour and is taking his talents over to the Saudi-backed LIV Golf Tour. This contract and agreement between Rahm and LIV is expected to be more than 3 years and worth north of $300 million. Jon Rahm is the 7th Masters champion to end up making the transition over to LIV Golf. Now, this decision by Rahm comes at a time where the PGA Tour and all the other tours, the LIV Golf Tour and the DP World Tour, are all still in talks about merging and coming together to change the landscape of professional golf moving forward. Rahm will be in the Masters field come April, where past champions are always celebrated by the patrons.
Here is different. They will be respectful No one will get out of line here. If he says yes to this, and if he goes, and if he's playing the spring, on Live and then shows up here, that will be an interesting press conference in the media building.
And as John Michael alluded to, this decision is shaking up the world of golf right now and just continues to throw more drama on the action that has been the world of golf over the past several years. And I'll have more on Jon Rahm later on this evening. But back to Greenbrier for 1 second. We have about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game, and Greenbrier just scored again. So now they're up 25-7. If they win this game, they advance to the state Final Four, which will be played tonight at 7:30 right here on this field. And if they find a way to win that game, then they'll punch their ticket to Mercedes-Benz Stadium for a chance to compete for a state championship. Reporting from McDonough High School, Dan Booth on your side.
All right, let's go Greenbrier. Best of luck to those girls out there. Local small businesses could soon find resources to help them succeed in Augusta. A big update today on the $2.3 million Micro Enterprise Center. That construction will begin next month. The funding came with the help of Senator Raphael Warnock, Augusta Tech, and the Downtown Development Authority. Construction is going to be about an 8-month process, and you can find it right in the center, in the heart of downtown, 600 Broad Street, that building that's kind of in the median right there towards Luigi's, that end of town, right by Augusta Museum of History. And when it's open, entrepreneurs can find help with legal, finance, HR, marketing, and much more. The Children's Hospital of Georgia received a huge donation today to help expand their pediatric intensive ICU unit. PGA Tour pro golfer Luke List and his wife Chloe donated $250,000 through the RSM Birdies for Love program. The couple lives here in Augusta. She's originally from here. They chose Chog after their son Harrison was hospitalized and treated for RSV. Tomorrow is the start of the iHeartMedia Cares for Kids Radiothon. If you're interested or you want to learn more about how you can also help the Children's Hospital of Georgia, we have all kinds of information for you on our website. There are numbers you can call on the screen. You can also go to caresforkidsradiothon.com or text CHOG to 51555. We have more news right after this break.
The First Alert Team, the best in Georgia.
Life-changing.
All right, if you're heading out this evening, grab the jacket. Nice conditions, but it will be chilly again tonight. Temps down near freezing tomorrow morning, and then looking at that rain moving in by Sunday.
That'll do it for us, but there's more news ahead at 7 o'clock over on NBC. Then we're back with more news at 11.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.